Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Art Johnston, co-founder of Equality Illinois.
Leader Pelosi, thank you. Thank you. We cannot say thank you enough. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of every sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. Welcome again to our 25th anniversary Jubilee Gala. Welcome to Equality Illinois, where you all, quite literally, always have a seat at the table. My name is Art Johnston. 25 years ago, a small group of us met in a tiny Lakeview apartment to form an organization based on the radical notion that LGBT people deserve to be treated equally. And just 1 minute ago, I added something which is not part of the official record of our history. And at the risk of embarrassing one of my heroes, the first $5,000 to start our organization came from a gift from Mr. Fred Eichner. We were in the Ann Sather parking lot, and as a wise donor should, Fred said, "Well, okay, Art, how much are you going to give?" And I said, "I guess it's going to be $5,000. He said, "Yes, let's do this." Thank you, Fred. This small group, inspired and energized as we were, we could not have dreamed of all that 25 years later our communities would accomplish. And I, who have spent my life dreaming, cannot begin to imagine all that you will accomplish in the next 25 years. I want to begin by thanking you for both that past and that future. After giant, rousing, and historic victories like those we have accomplished, it can be tempting to pat ourselves on the back, kick off our shoes, and savor that long-awaited feeling that the work is done. I know this all too well, because we have done that before, and I did it too. So this is the part of the evening where Grandpa, that's me, gets to tell all the youngsters, that's all of you, a story from back in the day. It was 1988, December 21st. After years and years of letdowns, bar raids, evictions, unfair job losses, and lost votes, we quite impossibly passed the Chicago Gay Rights Ordinance, a law that extended basic non-discrimination protections in housing, employment, public accommodations, and credit transactions to gays and lesbians. And yes, because this is how we do things in Chicago and Illinois, when we realized the need, we later saw to it that the umbrella of non-discrimination covered gender identity and expression as well. That is how we do it here, folks. For the first time in our lives, 1988, gay Chicagoans had some protections. We celebrated. We were in full victory mode. I remember that night driving around this city that finally felt like it was our city too. I parked my little red truck illegally on the shoulder of the Skyway overpass, walked to the guardrail, and shouted, "You can't discriminate against gay people anymore." Not complete, I crossed the busy highway, cupped my hands to my mouth, and yelled, "It's over. Discrimination against us is ended." The lead sentence in the next morning's Chicago Tribune read, "The 15-year battle for gay rights in Chicago ended Wednesday when the City Council voted to approve the new human rights ordinance." Ended. The media declared, "Gays are insiders now." In our euphoria, we would have locked our doors and gone home. That is, if we could have afforded a real office with real doors. And then guess what? We had a meeting of our gay rights organization. It was called Gay Lesbian Town Meeting, and burned our bylaws. The work for gay rights was done. But we were wrong. We were very, very wrong. Not only could we not see beyond Chicago, we could not see beyond ourselves. Back then, seeing beyond ourselves meant Cook County. It meant Springfield. It meant a call to all of our professional sisters and brothers, the attorneys and bankers and others, to come out and be seen. And so in 1991, we formed a new organization, the Illinois Federation for Human Rights, which 7 years later became Equality Illinois, and we fought on. With the help of the professionals whose jobs were no longer legally at risk, we passed laws in Cook County, in municipalities around the state, in Springfield. Simultaneously, our sisters and brothers and allies in ACT UP were fighting for their lives in the streets, fighting for their lives and for our futures. Fighting in the streets, in pharmaceutical buildings, in government offices, and showing all of us how to come together as a community to care for each other. We went on. We prevented anti-marriage ballot initiatives. We passed civil unions, and finally, with your help and all of our partner organizations, in November 2013, signed in the same month by Governor Pat Quinn, in 2013, we made marriage equality the law of the land in the land of Lincoln. I borrowed that from you, sir. Thank you. A legal reality affirmed for our entire country by the Supreme Court of the United States. It's still remarkable, on June 26th of last year. We have achieved so much for so many of us. For me personally, marrying my partner of 42 years, Pepe Pena, one of the amazing handsome people at table 4, was a highlight of my life. But now, friends, now is the time we must keep seeing beyond ourselves. Of course, we must be forever vigilant to protect our gains. Last year, there were 115 legislative attacks across the country in legislatures. And in the first month of this year alone, there are already twice as many bad bills filed across the United States. Here in Illinois, Equality Illinois is already fighting bills that seek to chip away at our 10-year-old anti-discrimination law. And this is something you all know. Just a few miles from where we are tonight, the false veil of religious freedom is again being used to cover, to allow, to even glorify mistreatment of LGBTQ people in Indiana. If, heaven forbid, that battle ever comes to our front door, Equality Illinois, with your help, will be strong, and we will stop it. Besides, thank you. You know it's true. We are going to stop it. Besides maintaining the gains, we must keep making progress to bring full, lived equality to all of the members of our complicated, fascinating, diverse communities. Because a healthy community, like a healthy family, does not leave any of its members behind. I realize tonight what a much younger version of myself did not realize in 1988 or in 1991. We are not all equal, not yet. So tonight, keep your matches and your lighters and your other favorite fireworks in your pockets and purses and messenger bags. There will be no burning of the bylaws tonight. We have passed great laws, but until we all have equal treatment in all of our lives, we are not fully equal. So let's keep changing the world. Let's keep changing the world until we are all equal. We can win, we must win, we will win. After all, how can we lose when love is on our side? Thank you all very much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.